cabin.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back. It's Thursday, is our content day. I thought I'd be out here. It's actually a nice mild day. Burning the old Norlay diamond made by Embury for the Shapley Hardware Company, or the Norvell Shapley Hardware Company. When that was made, it was still the Norvell Shapley Hardware Company. Within a couple of years after that, Norvell was dropped and it was just the Shapley Hardware Company. They went separate ways. But anyways, just having a little peaceful time out here at the moment. Hope you guys enjoyed the last video I did, cooking breakfast in the kitchen on the old cast iron. That's fun. I've been really getting a charge out of my cast iron, and been cooking in them a lot. It's fun. I like old cast iron. It cooks really well. If you season it properly, you're going to have a great experience. Absolutely. Thankfully, there's a lot of information on YouTube just for cast iron. Been watching a lot of videos. Been learning a lot. You know, enough, I guess. So, that's cool. I'm really happy with my thrift store, Griswold. Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't be, right? They're hard to find for anything under $100. And if you find a nice Griswold for under 100, you should grab it. Depending on the size, of course. But, you know, a number 8, number 9 to 10, whatever. That's a fair price, I think. But anyways, I'm not going to get into Griswold and cast iron tangents this time. That was the last video. We have something to share that's, you know, more on par with that. So, last month I missed the opportunity of a very nice May 1912 patented D-Lite top lift. It had the patent date on the top, which was the first patent for the top lift, I believe. It was May 1912. And it's patented right on top of the crown. Now, those ones are not as common to find. Well, the top lift D-Lites are not that plentiful to begin with, but that one was a really nice one. And I made an offer on it. It was, you know, a very fair price to begin with. I made an offer, and they declined it. And then the next day it was sold for the asking price, which was pretty fair. But, you know, I don't always feel flush. I have an idea of what I want to spend or feel comfortable in spending, and if it's not out within that parameter, then I have to pass. No shame in that, really. It was beautiful. It had perfect age and patina, no rust. It was just dark, grayish age on it. It was gorgeous. It was a really nice example. So I started lamenting the fact that I missed it, but I reached out to another collector. I don't know if he wants a shout out or not, if he follows my channel, but anyways, he'll remain anonymous unless he indicates otherwise. But I hit him up, and I says, hey, I happen to have a D-Lite 1912-13 era. Doesn't have to be perfect, but something with age. And I know him. He likes his patina and his age. He's not one that cleans up any of his lanterns, for that matter. So he got back to me. He says, yeah, I actually think I do have a spare D-Lite, and I'll snap pictures of it and show you, and you can decide if you want it or not. All right. So I did, and I'm like, ooh, that's really nice. That's a nice one. I like that. That's pretty much what I'm looking for. Doesn't have the May 1912 patent on it, but that's okay because, well, that's just an extra little bonus. But it is a nice lantern, and it has no dents, which is rare because most crowns on these D-Lites, they're dented beyond recognition sometimes. They just attract dents. They were used heavily. Okay, well, that went out. But anyways, without further ado, here is what I purchased from a collector. Check that out. Look at that. Is that not nice? It's relatively dent free. Yeah. It has the 3 beads for reinforcement. This will be for the center crease. And it has the 3 little dimples up there, or the 4 dimples, I should say, for the spring or the mechanism. And it is a top lift, so you lift the crown, well, you lift the chimney, and then you lower it like this. Or is it? Oh, yeah. So, you think I'm an amateur or something like that, right? There we go. Come on. It's a little stiff. I need to oil it. But anyways, okay. It's a solid lantern. It really is. It's very solid. Cap's loose. The most important part is the burner's free. That's not frozen, which does happen. The cap is nice and free, as I said. The burner is free. So she's ready to rock and roll, more or less. I will do just a very subtle cleanup on this. Just hose it down with some WD-40, wipe it off, and we should be good to go. So, we won't be lighting it this video, but I wanted to share it with you so you can, see what's the latest and greatest out here. So that's great. That's really exciting. And I had one of these. I got it off eBay for a very affordable price, and it was painted black, and I kept it for a while. Then I sold it to another collector who was looking for one. And he gave me a very fair price for it, a very good price actually. But it came with a D-Lite amber globe in it, and that kind of pushed the price a little further up. But anyways, I hope he's still enjoying it. I haven't seen him post on the group though, but maybe he got out of lanterns. I don't know. But anyways, nice guy. I'd like to hear from Travis. I think it was Travis. Anyways, this thing is great. I'm really excited to have another one. I had a CT Ham New Style. That was beautiful, beautiful lantern, original old age, and no rust. It was just a nice dark patina on it. Beautiful lantern. I liked it. I liked that ham light. I really did, but I never burned it much. And I have a good friend of mine I've known for years, and he really liked it. And he says, if you ever decide to sell it, let me know. I'll buy it. So I did. And I sold it to him for, I think, a pretty good price. Considering its condition, it's fantastic. And he's happy. He's happy. Also, you remember the Los Angeles Waterworks lantern? The Embry 210? Well, I went to visit my friend Eddie, the car club president that I belong to, and well, he's into lanterns now too. Kind of my fault, but a couple weeks ago, I took it over. I took that lantern over to his place and hung outside and had a smoke and a little shot of whiskey and just enjoyed the cool weather and the clouds and everything. Yeah. Well, he says, oh my gosh, I like that. That is a great, great lantern. I like the old black paint. It really got him going. He liked it. I mean, he wouldn't shut up about it. He's just like, I like that lantern. So I was like, well, I'm not ready to sell it. Kind of like it myself. But as the week went on, I started thinking about it. I'm like, it is a cool lantern, but, do we really need it? We got a lot of barricade lanterns, a lot of LA Mark stuff, and I didn't have a Waterworks one, but there'll be another one. Of course. Of course. So I decided to sell it to him. So just last Sunday, was it Sunday or Saturday? Monday. It was Monday. So Monday, I took it over, and he paid for it, and he was very, very, very happy to have it. And he texted me back, and he says, "Hey man, I really like this thing. It's like my favorite lantern. Period. I am in love with this thing. Thank you so much for letting it go." And you know what? As much as I enjoyed that lantern, I enjoyed that message better because I know he's enjoying it thoroughly. And it was sitting in the trunk of my car as kind of a backup, spare light in case I get stranded somewhere, and I have an old utility lantern in my trunk for just in case of an emergency. Well, that being said, I think it's in the right home. I think it went to the right place. Yeah. So, I sold that one. Yeah. Gee, Rob, you're selling all your lanterns. Are you going to get out of the hobby? No, not really. Not getting out of the hobby. I'm just kind of streamlining some things and narrowing things down to a manageable collection. I mean, I am one guy. I mean, I know guys that have hundreds of lanterns, and that's great. If they can manage that, wonderful. Great. I'm happy for them. But, seeing as I am still a working Joe, time is kind of limited, I have to be able to manage my time and my collection at this, balance it out. So, but the stuff that I sell, it's not all particularly very rare, but, I did sell, I'll sell lantern here and there, but they're usually pretty common or can be found once again. They're nothing too extraordinarily rare. I know I massacred that. Extraordinarily rare. There we go. Out with it, Smith. Anyways, so yeah, these things I'm keeping, of course, the fun hot blasts I love that are harder to find. I've paid decent money for, I think. But, certain cold blasts, like that guy back there, this old Norway Diamond, copper fount. Yeah, I love it. But, yeah. But this D-Lite's a nice one. I'm really excited to have it. I like it. I do have another top lift. It's my Defiance back there. You can't really see it. It's hiding. But, that's a good lantern. I like that one a lot. It's the second one I've had. So, this is gurgling. Well, are we done? I think we're almost done. I don't want to burn right. Okay, well, that's no longer fun. So with this thing, I think when we're talking about stuff that I like. Okay, well, the other Defiance top lift, I'll admit, I loved it. I had it. I had no problems with keeping it. I was planning on keeping it. And then Mr. Michael Lawless, a friend and subscriber, he found a Defiance globe for the top lift. It said Defiance Best Ever. BESTE EVR. Yeah, best ever. So it's, gimmicky. It's not correctly spelled, but, it's just what they would do. It's called marketing. So he found the globe for that lantern. And, he wasn't going to part with it. Why should he? He found it. It's a beautiful globe, and they're very hard to come by. So it's actually easier to find the lantern than it is the globe. And the best ever top lift Defiance lanterns are not really all that common. These are a lot more common. You can find a lot more Dietz top lifts or Ham New Style top lifts. They're kind of common. They turn up on eBay at least 5 or 6 times, maybe more a year. Okay. Now, certain examples, of course, will be harder to find, such as ones with the copper fount or a brass fount, or a matching brass crown and chimney with the matching brass fount. Ham did that, so did Dietz, and so did Defiance. But those are very hard to come by because, a lot of them were tossed out because either the brass was dented and got damaged, or it started to crack and split because of heat. And that's what causes a lot of cracking, is a lot of use, because of the expansion of the heat and cold contrast temperatures. So, yeah, that's kind of what's going on with that. But, I'll tell you, I missed an opportunity. Of course, big opportunity missed. But, I once again, I wasn't ready to pull the trigger. It was a great price. Very affordable. Very rare. Yes. Mr. Mark Stowers had, I believe it was early last year or late 21, he had a beautifully aged Dietz top lift with a copper fount. Yeah. And the weird thing is, it was in very good shape. It was mostly complete. Yeah. And No one was buying it. I think he was only asking maybe 50 or 60 bucks for it. Yeah, it was a very good price. Very good price. You know, why does this want to gurgle? I don't know. Anyhow, so he, I says, oh, I thought, I was showing it to a friend of mine, and he was considering it, but he was not in the position to buy a lantern. You know, I wish I had a what you call it, a pipe cleaner. I don't have any on me right now. So, with that being said, oh well. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so my buddy didn't buy it, and then I was going to buy it, and no one was buying it. I was like, why is nobody buying this beautiful D-Lite with a copper fount? It was aged to perfection, in my opinion. But I think Mark decided just to keep it, and I think he made the right decision. Mark, if you're watching, maybe we can revisit that if you are now ready to part with it, if you've changed your mind, or if maybe you already sold it. I don't know. But anyways, I think I'm good with this. As much as I like copper, I'm good with this. This is a really nice survivor. Very sturdy, very, it's just great. I mean, it's going to take relatively nothing to clean up. I mean, there's a little rust spot right there, but I don't think that's chronic. I looked inside the fountain. There's tin inside. It's got a nice clean fount. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it looks clean inside. It looks pretty clean. So I think she's going to hold oil. I don't think she's going to have much of a problem doing that, but this burner is free. Check this out. Yeah, has a wick too. Check that out. Hey, oh, echo chamber. Anyways, well, it's got some old char in there. Was definitely used at one time. You know, yeah, the inside of the fount looks okay. Could probably use a little acetone, not much. But you know, there's some tin on the inside of the cone, and well, she shows signs of use. Yeah. But I think this is a great candidate, very straightforward and easy and breezy, and yeah. Yes, sir. So I think we have a good candidate for a very quick cleanup and easy return to burn lantern. So now, well, you're saying, oh, that's great and all, but don't you think you're missing something? I don't know. Great lantern, perfect frame, no dents, got the fuel cap and the burner, and everything seems to be operational. Just needs to be, you know, cleaned a little bit so it doesn't, you know, have any rusty, squeaky issues. But, oh, you're right. It needs a globe. Important. That is an important, ingredient there, right? It is. Well, I have one. It didn't come with one because I already have one. Now, I have a ruby one. Yes, I have a nice ruby D-Lite globe. And, I've burned this before. It works just fine. There's no cancer. Well, not yet anyways. It is a cast ruby globe, but it functions just fine. It's nice one. I'd say it's probably 1940s. Let's see. Lock knob C2. It's a REC, registered, REG apostrophe D. So that's interesting. Have you ever seen that? Registered. That says registered. REG apostrophe D. I've never seen that. I'm not familiar with that one. Registered in USA. This could be from the 40s or 50s. I'm going to probably say 40s. I usually see US pat off for 30s, 40s globes, but I'll have to do a little research. But it's a lock knob. You know, it's nothing too rare. But I haven't seen that abbreviation for registered. But anyways, D-Lite, New York, USA, Dietz, of course. So we'll put it in here. Now, if I wanted to use a clear globe, I have a number 2 Wizard. It predates the little Wizard. You've seen it. It was one of my earlier cleanups from, say, 2019. And I found it locally. in Monrovia at an estate sale for $5. And it had an unmarked D-Lite globe. Well, you know, number 2 squat globe style. But yeah. There we go. Perfect. There we go. How about that? Oh, look, it's burning. I know, it's silly. But anyways, so it's now complete. And it looks kind of cool with the ruby globe, right? Nice aged patina with a ruby globe. It kind of looks nice. I did have an amber one, but I traded it for a Paul's number 2 globe. So I felt that was a fair trade. Those are very uncommon. The amber globe that I had, the D-Lite amber globe I had, I did trade it for the Paul's number 2 globe. But anyways, you know what? There'll be others. They'll come along. They turn up. They're not that rare. They're just popular. So they do command a little bit of money. But, you know, I can always get one from the Kirkmans. That's a Kirkman marked one, and I can burn it till the cows come home, and I don't have to worry about any glass cancer. So that's probably going to be in order. I think I'll be ordering one of those in the near future because that would look really good. Anyway, fun old lanterns. I tell you, hard to beat them. It's fun. It's just a great little hobby. You know, between cast iron, old cars, old appliances, pipe tobacco, and lanterns and old radios and everything like that, I think we have fun, don't we? Mm-hmm. So yeah. It's not gurgling anymore. That's good. Well, friends, I have one last little matter of business before I bid you farewell. Our little Abigail. You probably want an update about her. Well, we had x-rays done just on Wednesday. No, Tuesday. Now that's out. Anyway, we did x-rays and they came back inconclusive. There was no masses, no cancer or anything detected in the x-ray. So, now what? Well, her pattern change of personality is indicating dementia. So when I approach her, she kind of backs up and wants to run away. So she's not recognizing myself or Ashley that much. If I held my hand out, she sniffs it and she's like, okay, that's Daddy, you know. So it's really sad. It's really sad. I love that dog, and of course Ashley does too. We both adore and you know, really enjoy that dog's company. She's brought a lot of comfort, a lot of joy into our lives. And I really appreciate all you guys out there lighting lanterns and showing your support for our third little wheel to our little family, our humble little vintage family. And you know, Abigail, I know she's a dog, and dogs tend to live 10 to 14, 15 years sometimes. Now, this is not the case with her. We weren't aware of her actual age. We were told a certain age, and that was actually kind of inaccurate. We've learned that she's closer to 10 years old. So dog dementia can set in around that time, sometimes earlier, sometimes later. Wish it was later. I really do. So we're faced with a difficult decision. Now, there are medication that you can administer to a dog with the early stages of dementia, but I don't think we caught it in time because we started noticing her lack of interest in toys and selective food feeding times around late February. Now we're already through March, so she's only gotten worse. She's not going to get better. She wants to be up during the day and sleep. Well, she wants to sleep at night. Excuse me, I'm not saying this right. She wants to sleep during the day and she wants to be up at night, and that's not okay. She's completely changed her pattern, and that doesn't work. It's not really conducive. So we have to give her melatonin and other sedatives to help her sleep at night so we can sleep. And that's unfortunate because we all slept together and we're a happy little family that way. But sad thing is, you know, the quality of life is not there, and we're faced with a decision: either just nurse her along the way she is now and watch her deteriorate further, which is going to happen, or we have to say our goodbyes. And I don't look forward to that at all. And especially this weekend is our 10th anniversary. I've been married to Ashley. Well, she's been married to me for 10 years. Can you believe that? I know I can't. I can't believe 10 years has gone that fast. It really seems like that. It is just true. It's true. But, you know, it's a good thing that we have each other to kind of lean on and get each other's support, moral support and emotional support regarding the hard decision about our little dog. And she's still a beautiful dog, but she's just not the same spunky little happy-go-lucky dog anymore. She's wandering the house and eating occasionally and sleeping during the day, and she wants to be up at night and pace around the apartment. So it's really upsetting. It is. Well, friends, I don't want to end off on a poor note, on a sad note, but I figured you were all owed an update on the dog, since I asked you guys to pray and light a lantern and a candle or whatever you wanted to light. So with that being said, it's going to be a hard weekend. It is. But we're going to be with her as much as we can, enjoy her. Every moment's precious. It really is. So for those who have dogs out there, or a special cat, hold them tight. Give them kisses, lots of love. Forgive them in their small trespasses. And just know that an animal's time is limited with us. And sometimes our time is limited with them. You never know. So, yeah. Hold tight to your wonderful, furry, four-legged family members. They are more special to us than we realize until they're not with us anymore. Yeah. Promise. No tears. Not on the video anyways. So, guys, thanks again for making this channel what it is. I really do appreciate your comments and your subscriptions. We're still growing, and I appreciate all the new subscribers. Welcome to the channel. Hope you guys find something interesting and entertaining, mostly entertaining. But I do try and, educate and inform the lantern community, and among other antiques and interests. So within a week's time, you will be seeing the D-Lite functioning, I'm sure. So until then, have a great rest of your week, and we will see you next week, next Thursday. All right, take care. Bye-bye.